Okay, so we're going to be doing a Q&A for you guys today. This is Hayden Green.
Yes, sir.
This is his channel.
My channel, this is Jacob.
Yeah, we got two cameras going right now.
Two cameras set up.
Definitely check out the channels.
Go do it.
All right, let's see what we got here. Okay, so first question is from John Nguyen, whatever how you say it. Do you make your own programs or do you have a coach? I'll start.
You start.
I did have a coach for my first contest prep bodybuilding show sort of thing, but as of right now for just like my training, just like powerlifting bodybuilding training, I don't have a coach. And do I follow a program? Yeah, I self-program actually, so I write like all of my prescribed rep ranges for the week.
Damn, you really?
Yeah, and then like accessories I kind of just like fill in the gaps, so I'll get like all of my basically like volume, like progressive overload, like on all the compounds, like written down like what I want to hit that day, like the weights, reps, all that, and then just accessory I just fill in like 3 or 4 sets, whatever I'm feeling that day.
For my first show, I did not have a coach, but I watched a lot of Greg Doucette, a lot of those guys, so I kind of like knew what I was doing, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I didn't know what I was doing.
Like towards the end, you were kind of like, oh shit.
I was kind of just like, I'd look up Greg Doucette videos, how to cut water, how to like, you know what I mean, do all that shit.
Oh wow.
But yeah, for this next coming show, I will have a coach, so I think that'll just be really nice not having to just basically wing it. As far as like programming goes, like I have my workout sent to me, but I also add stuff to it. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, so he'll like send me my workout. I'll do that. So
you have a
workout.
coach now, though, right?
I have a coach now, but I'll like definitely add a few exercises into stuff that he didn't add. So just to get like more volume and stuff.
Yeah, that's fair. Would you recommend having a coach for your first show? Like in hindsight, do you wish you would have?
I feel like it depends on like where you are. Like if you are super new to it, then I think yeah. But I think no matter what in the future, like yeah, I think Phil Heath, 7-time Mr. Olympia. He had a coach.
Okay.
No matter how like experienced you are, you need that second pair of eyes.
I think most people like once you get to a certain level, get a coach.
No matter what, I feel like you just need that second pair of eyes.
So yeah,
they're gonna see shit that you do not see.
If you are confident, like you know what you're doing, maybe save the money. Don't get one. But I will say towards the end, it's gonna get difficult.
Especially if
you're mental, like you start questioning, like, am I lean enough? Should I lose more weight? Like, you might drop your calories lower than what you need to if you don't have a coach, because you're gonna like second guess yourself. You might be doing too much cardio to where you're just losing muscle, digging yourself into a deep hole. So definitely, it's advisable, but not necessary entirely.
Just need that second pair of eyes on you, I feel like.
For sure, yeah. That's why I got mine. I didn't have my coach till like 4 weeks out, but
and you're already like fucking ready to go.
I was already super lean, like almost ready to step on stage, but I just didn't want to like. I didn't know where to go from there. I was like, am I ready? Like, should I lose more weight? You know,
just stressing nonstop.
Yeah,
feel that. What else we got?
You do. Second question.
All right. How many hours do you spend at a gym, like a day/week? So we train so different. You know what I mean? Like, you train bodybuilder/ powerlifter.
Yeah, I kind of like.
It depends on like really what you're training.
I don't like throwing like labels on it more so, but like obviously it's more optimal to be focused on one thing. Like I want to get as big as possible. I'm not necessarily going to be chasing strength all the time, but you should have some sort of progressive overload in mind when training. But like mind muscle connection is obviously huge. Like basically like taking sets to failure is probably going to get you more muscle growth than just always stopping short of failure, like what I do on my powerlifting movements. So there's that. Basically what I do is I just focus on, I start my lift with like a compound. Like right now I'm benching 4 times per week. One of those is like
insane.
Yeah. So one of those is like a Larson press day, and the others are just competition, like strict benching.
Yeah.
And then I kind of break it up to where I bench Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. And then the other days I either hit like deadlifts or squats. I haven't been able to squat a lot recently because I had an injury, so I've kind of had to play with it a bit.
I mean, benching 4 days a week.
Yeah, squat ideally twice per week. Bench 4 times.
Squat twice a week too.
And then deadlift is one main deadlift day and then an accessory. So either a sumo deadlift, an RDL heavy, and then like complementary muscle groups. So that's how I break it up. You're more like bodybuilder.
I'm more bodybuilder, but training with him, like, it's different.
Yeah.
I mean, because we deadlifted yesterday, and we didn't actually, like, deadlift full, like, what we really would have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we were deadlift for an hour and, like, what do you think, an hour?
Yeah.
And we did, like, 3 sets each.
Yeah. We had to work on your form a bit, so that took more time.
So, but I feel like doing those compounds, like, you can't rush into that shit. Like, it's a long, like...
Very complex lifts definitely take a lot of time to, like, warm up for if you want to be safe about it. So... basically, if you don't have a ton of time to train, I would just recommend you know.
A lot of accessories.
Yeah, honestly, like
if I'm going into
I would hop right into like machine work type stuff.
Exactly.
But if you have enough time, like 2 hours plus, then definitely start with like,
especially if you're doing compounds,
your bench presses, your incline presses, heavy dumbbells, all that sort of stuff. So yeah. Who would win the arm wrestling match between you and Hayden?
I'm just gonna say it how it is. This man's definitely a win.
Oh, okay.
I'm just gonna give it to him.
I thought you were gonna say that like
that was
you
a
might
talk
be able
shit.
to beat me. I thought you were gonna think that you could win.
See, I don't want to like snap my elbows either. Like I want to like stay.
I don't think we should test it personally.
I know.
Every time I arm wrestle, my arms.
Your elbows get destroyed.
It hurts for like 2 weeks.
No, literally though. I haven't arm wrestled like a year because of that reason. I
Bob
go into
over
bench.
here,
I go
he was
into
like
bench
actually
the next
getting
day.
into arm wrestling. Like he was watching a bunch of like arm wrestlers and stuff, like technique. Like Bob's pretty good.
Really?
But he gets so into it and he gets so competitive that he'll like end up hurting himself.
No,
and he won't be able to
buddies would do
bench
that.
for like a few weeks.
There's 4 of us, and no matter what, every time we did it, one person was snapped the next day. One person couldn't bench for like a week because of that.
Yeah, that's how it usually works. Like, be careful arm wrestling. Make sure you warm up like a ton if you want to get into it, because it takes a toll on your body, man. It like snaps up your bicep tendon and just your form. I know like
Rough.
James English has a huge issue with his bicep
for real because of that.
because of arm wrestling. So yeah, be careful with that. I also think I would win, but I don't know though. You have a really long forearm, so you might have like some crazy like arm
wrestling leverages.
I would say my strength on the lifts will help me, but you honestly might be able to beat me. I'm not the best arm wrestler.
I'm not the best either.
Yeah. Thoughts on drinking a gallon or more of water a day? Should you do it or should you not?
Yes, without a doubt.
Okay, you're saying yeah?
Without a doubt. Like gallon, like I feel like minimal.
Gallon minimum, okay.
Especially if you're addicted to caffeine, because that shit dehydrates you so fast.
Yes.
Or if you don't have that water, you're just going to feel awful in the gym.
Yeah, if your stimulant intake is high, definitely need to drink a lot of water. I personally think that you should go based off your thirst. At least for me, that's always worked. Like, let your thirst regulate,
Don't
like,
just be
your hydration.
chugging water randomly.
Yeah, don't just be... Because then you're just depleting your
Yeah.
minerals. You're flushing out sodium, potassium, all this essential minerals for, like, contracting muscle tissue.
Yeah.
So, like, sodium is very important. Make sure you're, like, salting your foods adequately, but have enough water to conjunct that so your muscles are nice and full and all that. But, yeah, generally I would just say use thirst. If that's a gallon for you, that's a gallon. If that's 3/4 of a gallon, that's that. But if you're eating enough food to fuel your training, I would say a gallon's probably perfect.
I'd say during my workout, I'm drinking almost like half a gallon of water.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
I slam a lot of water.
I'm peeing 4 times during my training sessions.
Yeah.
Like, no doubt.
I'm not quite
3 to 4
on that
times
level,
I'm
but
peeing.
like, I'd say like 32 ounces while I train.
I'm going to the bathroom between every exercise pretty much, honestly.
But the answer to your question is I wouldn't advise gallon and a half. Probably not. Unless you're like
fucking doing like a bodybuilding competition. You're trying to like get your body used to like flushing out water.
Yeah, or you're trying to like flush water to lose weight for a powerlifting meet, something like that. Gallon and a half is definitely pushing it.
I feel like this one's really good. How important is the gym partner to your daily routine and in your career?
Gym partner, I think it definitely helps to have like a motivational support system, like friend group, just people to train with, because you guys can push each other a lot more than you otherwise would, and just, I don't know, it just helps to like, I'm going here, like I need a spot, like certain exercises, you kind of hold each other accountable to an extent.
I feel like a training partner can be a plus, but also be a minus. Because you have some training partners that aren't like in it as much as like you want to be in it, so they're just like on the phone with their girlfriend during the workout, just not paying attention.
Or they're just like too distracting, like talk too much, get you off track.
Talk too much. But then you have some guys, like my buddy Connor, that dude is the best gym partner I've ever had. Workouts are insane, always pushing me, like more reps, like more weight, like it's definitely positives and negatives about your training partner. So choose your training partner very wisely.
Yeah, I generally like all my training partners, but like sometimes we get a little bit hypercritical of each other. We'll like roast each other too much. Like, hey, big guy, like, what are you doing? Like, you're weak today. Like, and we kind of just get little arguments, fired up a little bit.
I'm not saying any names, but I have one lifting partner that I'll be like asking for a spot, and I'll look behind me. He'll be on the FaceTime his girlfriend, and be like talking, and I'm just like, yes. You love to see it.
I would rip into that guy.
Yeah, no, it's rough. So
that's not okay.
Choose your training partner very wisely.
Yeah, my guys don't fuck with that too much. If I'm not paying attention while they're spotting, they'll get
If you can't
pissed.
be serious in the gym for an hour and a half, like...
Yeah, an hour and a half is plenty of time.
Just clearly isn't like that important to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So I guess I would say if your gym partners are on your same level in terms of like intensity, focus, all that, absolutely it's a plus. if they're distracting you and they don't take it as seriously as you, it's probably better to train alone.
I'm all about having fun with your workouts because, like, I love working out. If you're a bodybuilder and you don't like working out, then just, like, why are you doing it? So I love working out, but at the same time, like, I have fun with it being serious, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like a playground. Like, it's not like you're going to, like, it's not like a social.
You're there to push yourself, but also, like...
Also have fun with it.
If you're, like, too serious about it to where, like, you're not enjoying your training, then, like... Bro, like, chill out. Like, it's not that serious.
It's like it's not that serious, but at the same time, like, you do want to like have that focus and just have like that goal in mind.
For sure.
Kind of like this one. So if you could go back in time and tell your younger self a piece of lifting advice, what would it be?
If I could go back in time,
stop dirty bulking.
Yes.
I'm just joking. You gotta learn.
I think. Okay.
I'm glad I dirty bulked.
Yeah, facts. I'm very glad as well.
Yeah, no.
So this whole like new kind of wave of fitness advice, like the whole main gaining, Greg Doucette stuff, I think that has application for advanced trainees. Like once you can no longer put on lean muscle tissue without accumulating a lot of body fat, then I think it's definitely more optimal to be in a very small surplus and incrementally gain muscle, so that when you go to cut, you don't just have to strip off a bunch of bullshit weight.
Of body fat.
Yeah, just like weight that. And, you become insulin resistant the higher your body weight goes up. So there's also that, just from a health perspective, it's not optimal. But if you're a growing, like, teenager especially, or you're just getting into the gym, the amount of tissue you can pack on, like, from newbie gains and, like, being in that optimal hormone environment, like, going through puberty.
Newbie gains are real.
Yeah, newbie gains are definitely real. And, I mean, I think
you go from failing
scientifically studied
to, like, 2 weeks benching 135 to 10.
Like, you're just adding weight to the bar every week.
Yeah.
So if you're a newbie, you should absolutely be, like, eating as much calories as you can. Unless you're just a genetically fat kid and you have issues.
We both started at, like, 130 pounds when we started lifting. At least I did.
I was even smaller than that.
Yeah, I was, like, 130, 120, like, something like that my junior year.
Yeah. When I started properly weight training, like fairly seriously, I was right around 105 pounds. So yeah, I mean, obviously puberty helped me just gain natural weight, like muscle tissue, whatever, but it all kind of happened at once. Like I started training, I started, my hormones started kicking in, all that, so it kind of all just funneled in. So I was eating as much food as I could, and I could still like see my abs and stuff. So
yeah,
I guess if you don't be worried about being lean all the time, like you see all your like these social media influencers like lean year round, like once you get to an age where you've put on enough muscle tissue, that's okay.
To where you can pull that off, where you can like slowly keep like the
Jesse James West sort of thing. Like, okay, he wants to stay lean year round for YouTube, all that. That makes sense.
Gains,
But if you're a freaking high schooler, like teenager, like the reality is you're gonna have to like get a little bit
especially
fluffier.
Naturally, yeah.
Yeah.
If you're doing it naturally, you're gonna need to.
I'm assuming like most high schoolers, you probably I don't know, all the kids on freaking SARMs these days, man. But all the TikTokers, you see that shit all over TikTok,
it's
dude.
rough.
I'm like, what are these kids doing, man? But yeah, so basically, if you want to add size as a teenager, eat as much as you can until you're just like too fat, too fluffy.
Until you're just uncomfortable looking yourself in the mirror.
Then maybe dial it back a bit, but you need extra food to grow. A calorie surplus is much more optimal to build muscle. So there's the answer to your question. What's your why? For me, personally, what's my why when it comes to fitness? I don't have like some deep moral kind of like outlook on fitness, but I think that it's a very practical thing to apply to your life, and I kind of want to show the people around me and the people who follow me on social media accounts that you can have a balanced life, you can have fun, live your life, have a good time, and still make like really good gains, and you don't have to be like hyper serious about it.
Yeah, I fuck with that. Like I feel like a lot of people take it so serious, which is like cool, but at the same time, like it's not that serious.
Yeah, because the everyday person realistically isn't going to like be as hyper obsessed with it necessarily as like we are.
I don't do this stuff because like I do stuff because I just want to.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like just going to the gym because you want to is just like I don't know. Just like even when I'm like not competing, I feel like I'm still gonna be bodybuilding for life. If that makes any sense.
Oh yeah, you're gonna like once you're in kind of fitness, you're never going to like not care about how you look, how you feel, all that stuff. I think like fitness, everyone should apply it to some extent in their life. Like it's all a spectrum. So if you work out 3 times per week, just eat healthy foods, whatever. You don't necessarily have to be like worried about macros and all that. But like, I think there's practical like takeaways from a bunch of different parts of fitness. So
I agree.
My why is basically showing people like, hey, find like what works for you, and basically like showing them like what I do. to like make results, have fun, make progress, all that sort of stuff. But
I agree with that.
I just think it's like the more like influencers, if you will, that pop up, the more like prevalent like fitness becomes to the everyday person. So I love that for sure.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And kind of like bridging the gap between the fitness industry and then like your everyday like college student, high school student, whatever. Whoa, that guy lives in Ohio. Pertaining to you, Hayden. Yes, Hayden is from Dayton, Ohio, which is like...
We're making the wrong decision living here.
Yeah, Ohio's...
That's not bad.
Ohio in the fitness industry seems to be somewhat lively, I guess. But in terms of, there's a good amount of people that are like from Ohio, but I feel like everyone kind of branches off.
Yeah, everyone's kind of leaving.
So yeah, Hayden lives an hour and a half from me. This is the second time up here in Columbus, from what I know. Like, second time recently at least. He was here last week. He's back here again this week. But I'm from a suburb right outside Columbus. Basically, he's from Dayton. Yeah, we're both Ohio boys. Ohio blood, Ohio games.
Ohio
all that
hits
shit.
different sometimes though.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel
it's that Midwest work ethic, man.
Going to the gym in December when it's like cold out.
Yeah,
is the best thing ever.
Yeah, we like that shit.
I love that.
Yeah.
Like going to the gym when it's like in Florida and it's all hot out. It just doesn't hit.
There's summer in the water here, man. In Ohio.
Yeah.
All the Ohio kids are all big.
Yeah.
Next question: least favorite muscle group to train and why?
I don't know why, but I feel like back and arms is just really boring to train for some reason.
Back and arms.
I feel like leg day and like chest just like hits different because just like
leg day. Chest.
For my back days, like I'm just starting to get into deadlifting, so I guess you can kind of call that back. But like back days, just all accessories, just like is boring to me for some reason.
Start off with some deadlifts, big guy.
That's what I need to start doing. Start doing some deadlifts, but like
I don't think you need more than like 8 sets for your back anyway.
I don't look forward to like an arm day. It's almost like a chore. Like it's almost
me not having done an arm day in a really long time, I would look forward to it. Yeah. Because I haven't done just an arm day in like so long, so I just know the pump would be like crazy.
I would honestly say like a pull, like a back/arm days, my least favorite thing to train, without a doubt.
Okay. For me, right now it's leg training because I literally can't squat like how I used to. So that's boring as shit to me now.
It's depressing, probably.
Yeah, like it's brutal. So I will slap 315 back on the bar this week, and hopefully it's pain free. I'm just trying to recover out here, but yeah. Right now for me it's legs. Do you guys take creatine when cutting, bulking, or both?
See, I have taken creatine like shit ton, but right now I'm just not really interested.
Okay, so you don't take any right now.
I haven't taken any in probably 4 months.
It holds a bit of water, right? Yeah. So you don't really fuck with that.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I don't really need it, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, okay. That's fair.
Like, if you take it, cool. Like, it's going to help you, like, pack on muscle, but I just feel like it's not really, like, something that I really need right now.
Yeah. For me, I think, like, you should be taking creatine, but once you have taken it for, like, a long enough period of time, you're not really going to
have the same effect.
Notice its effects anymore. You're just kind of, like...
You're just, like, taking it.
Your baseline is going to be, like, saturated creatine storages, so I don't think for me it really does that much. But if I go from not taking creatine and then I maintain all my gains, then I add back in creatine, then I do notice like a benefit. It holds a lot of water intramuscularly, which is optimal to like produce force for lifting. You're stronger. Overall lean body mass is higher because, you're not adding any fat with creatine. It's just water retention intramuscularly. So, but for me, anytime I like load creatine, I get like a really puffy face and hold like a bit of water in my stomach and stuff.
You feel bloated during
and also like bloats you, especially monohydrate. So I do like creatine HCl a lot.
You don't get that bloat feeling.
Yeah, because it's not as well studied as monohydrate, so it's either equally as effective or inferior. But I don't get any bloating, and I have noticed it still saturates my muscles from my understanding. So definitely, if you're going to take creatine, I would just take monohydrate. I get this creatine monohydrate instantized, so basically it dissolves fully in water, so it does the same thing inside your body. When it hits your stomach, it like immediately dissolves, so you don't really get like that whole bloating issue. But Gorilla Pre-Workout, Gorilla Mode, has your 5 grams of creatine in every 2 scoops. Yeah. Oh. And all of the literature on hair loss seems to say that it doesn't really cause hair loss, so if you take creatine and you start noticing your hair falling out, then stop.
Probably
but like,
stop.
I don't.
You don't have to, but you
I don't think
just stop.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen realistically though. So
obviously.
Creatine, good supplement.
That's like
a
1 in like a million thing happening.
Yeah,
like...
I think creatine's good supplement though for sure.
No, for real.
It's the most studied one, so it's probably the one that's gonna work the best outside of like an optimal diet, like protein. Yeah. So, someone said, "Should I stop being and start a YouTube? How do I get more followers?" What do you think? Should they start a YouTube?
So I started my fitness journey, I used to say, my junior in high school, and I wanted to start a page so bad, but I let people get to me.
Like prior to starting,
people were making fun of me about it. Yeah, so I didn't do it. So I told myself the day I graduate high school is the day I'm going to do it.
Oh, wow.
And I wish I wouldn't have listened to those people.
Just the lack of judgment and
the
stuff.
The lack of, like the thought of people judging me got to me. I know so many people, like, struggle with this. They don't want to, like, take selfies in the gym because they're scared of people, like, looking at them. Like,
yeah. I think if you have a desire to do it, you should follow your desire. Screw what other people think about you. Like, start a YouTube. And I think, okay, let's say you already have a fitness page. You've already started, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. You should absolutely start a YouTube because that's a very interactive platform where you can actually express.
You can actually be a person.
Yeah, you can show like the personality traits of yourself and really connect with your followers better.
Yeah, for real.
So definitely start a YouTube if you have any type of thoughts about it. And you don't even necessarily need like a nice camera right away. Like my iPhone right here.
iPhone. Yeah,
I obviously have a pretty good iPhone, but it takes really good videos. I use it in my own channel all the time. So
no matter what though, people are gonna judge you, especially people you know. You just have to.
Yeah. So the answer,
not care at all.
Yes, you should start a YouTube. How do I get more followers? Consistent content. Yeah, consistency is key. But make sure that you're like not like neglecting quality in wake of consistency. So always try to improve your quality and then be as consistent as you humanly possibly can be.
True.
And my number one tip, you don't have to be at a certain physique or a certain like level of strength to become a good YouTuber. Like there's plenty of people like
say that. People say like, you know what, I'll start my fitness page when I'm at where I want to be at. Like that happens all the time.
I don't really like that. So I think you should start literally where you are. If you want to start a YouTube now, like look at guys like Joe Phaser, look at Max Tuning. Like when those guys started YouTube, they really weren't that strong. They weren't that big. They didn't have that great of physiques. But they figured out YouTube, and then as they progressed, they built a really big following. So I think it's like just come as you are. Start now. Like don't start next month. Don't say, oh, once I'm shredded, I'll start YouTube. No, start now. Start posting now, and then you're just gonna be one step closer to like where you want to be, and you probably won't regret it afterwards. So just start. Yeah. That's a takeaway. Plans for the future. It's a pretty general question. I'm assuming that he means, in fitness, like powerlifting, bodybuilding, all that. My plans, I'm currently going to be a junior at Ohio State next year. Competing-wise for powerlifting and bodybuilding are going to be, I think I'll compete in powerlifting again in November. Get healthy is number one for me, like my knee situation. Have a little bit of a back situation going on too. Get healthy. Make lean muscle gains. Yeah. Not try to stay like too shredded or anything because I want to like actually pack on size.
You stay pretty shredded though, no matter what.
I'm lean, I guess, but not like too lean. I don't see myself competing in physique in the near future, to be honest, because it's just a lot on your body, like getting to that low of body fat, and I just want to actually make progress. I don't want to like always be dieting. Okay, so we were able to get through a good amount of questions there. Hopefully that wasn't too long, too short, whatever. But yeah. Thank you guys for listening. Hopefully you enjoyed that and you learned some shit. I don't know, took away some good advice.
Yeah, we tried to answer as many questions as possible.
Yeah, figured out some more stuff about us, whatever. But yeah, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to both of our channels. I'll put Hayden's channel down in the description box.
Appreciate you.
And like always, leave your comments of future video suggestions.
And if we missed any questions, write down in the comments because we can answer it pretty quick.
Yeah, I will answer in the comments as well.
I respond to pretty much all comments. So.
Yeah. I'll answer any questions in the comments as well, as long as it's not freaking weird comments. Yeah, so that's going to do it for today's video. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.
Appreciate you guys.